This video features the installation of our spring-centered street kit along with our streetlight flywheel. However, kits are available in different configurations based on the torque being produced at the crankshaft and your style of driving. The installation procedure will be the same except for the disc and flywheel being used. For a complete list of kits and flywheels with their full details and specifications, please visit our website. While this video provides the basics on how to replace a clutch and flywheel, it is in no way intended to replace a factory service manual. Remove the right trunk trim. Disconnect the negative battery cable and position it away from the terminal so it does not make accidental contact. Remove the front underbody panel. Unbolt and remove the tunnel brace. Place a stand under the exhaust and unbolt all the exhaust brackets from the body and differential. Unfasten the exhaust bracket from the transmission. Spray penetrant on the exhaust flange hardware at the front of the exhaust and let it sit for a while. Unbolt the flanges at the front of the exhaust. Remove the exhaust from the vehicle. Remove the tunnel heat shields. Remove the underbody panel brackets. Unfasten and remove 2 of the 3 bolts securing the front driveshaft flange to the flexible joint. Mark the driveshaft flange and the flexible joint on the transmission output flange so that the driveshaft can be installed in the same position. Rotate the driveshaft and remove the last bolt securing the driveshaft to the flexible joint. Unbolt the center bearing. Lower the driveshaft down and secure it off to the side. Remove the slave cylinder from the transmission and secure it off to the side. Disengage the O2 sensor connectors from the bracket at the bottom of the transmission. Disengage the connectors. Unbolt the brackets from the side of the transmission for the O2 sensor wiring. Remove the right underbody panel. Remove the left underbody panel. Unfasten and remove the V-shaped reinforcement bar. Unbolt and remove the sensor connector bracket from the bottom of the transmission. Place a stand under the engine and then loosen the front subframe bolts. Unscrew them just a few revolutions for now. Place a jack under the transmission. Unbolt and remove the transmission crossmember. Remove the retaining clip from the shifter rod and then remove the shifter rod from the shifter. Disconnect and remove the roll pins securing the shifter arm. Uncouple the reverse gear switch connector and remove the wire from the bracket. Remove the bell housing bolts indicated in the graphics shown. Disengage the transmission from the engine and carefully lower it, making sure everything has been disconnected. If you cannot fully disengage the transmission from the engine due to the clearance between the transmission and tunnel, loosen the subframe bolts more to lower the front subframe until you have enough clearance. Unbolt and remove the old pressure plate and disc. Unbolt and remove the old flywheel. Remove the release bearing and release fork from the transmission. On our vehicle, the transmission guide tube was heavily worn. Although not included with your kit, this is a good time to replace it. Unbolt and remove the old guide tube. Install the new guide tube and tighten the hardware to 13 foot-pounds. We also recommend replacing the pivot ball, which also is not included with your kit. Remove the old pivot ball, install a new one, and then install the spring wire clip. Put a small amount of lube in the clutch fork pivots and then install the clutch fork onto the transmission. Install the release bearing over the guide tube and into the clutch fork. Lightly coat the disc splines with lube and install the disc onto the input shaft and work the lube into the splines. Then remove the disc and wipe off any excess lube from the input shaft and disc to prevent contamination of the clutch. Place a thread locking compound on the new flywheel attachment bolts included in your kit. Mount the flywheel onto the crankshaft and install the bolts. Tighten the bolts in a star pattern until they are all snug, and then torque the bolts to 88 foot-pounds, also in a star pattern. Clean the flywheel friction surface with a non-petroleum based cleaner. Clean the pressure plate friction surface with a non-petroleum based cleaner. Place the disc in position on the flywheel and hold it in place with the alignment tool. Place the pressure plate in position, making sure the dowel pins and bolt holes line up. Install and tighten the pressure plate bolts in a star pattern until they are all snug, and then torque the bolts also in a star pattern to 26 foot-pounds. Remove the alignment tool. Lift the transmission back into place and support it with a jack. Install the bell housing bolts and torque them to the specified values shown in the graphic. Position the shifter arm back into the transmission, install the roll pins, and lock them in place. Install the shift rod back into the shifter and secure it with the retaining clip. Install the sensor connector bracket to the bottom of the transmission and tighten the bolts to 14 foot-pounds. Install the bracket for the O2 sensor wiring back on the left side of the transmission and tighten the hardware. Raise the transmission and install the crossmember bolts. Tighten them to 14 foot-pounds. Raise the front subframe back into position and first tighten all the bolts until they are snug. Then torque all the bolts to 80 foot-pounds. Install the V-shaped reinforcement bar and tighten the bolts to 41 foot-pounds plus an additional 90 degrees of rotation. Install the left underbody panel. Install the right underbody panel, making sure to line up the marks made during disassembly. Install the driveshaft back in place and tighten the hardware to 35 foot-pounds if your bolts are stamped 8.8 or 47 foot-pounds if your bolts are stamped 10.9. Install the center bearing and tighten the hardware to 15 foot-pounds. Place the transmission harness back into position and reconnect the reverse gear switch connector to the transmission. Install the bracket for the O2 sensor wiring back on the right side of the transmission. Tighten the hardware and install the wiring if removed from the bracket. Join the O2 sensor connectors back together and install them into the bracket at the bottom of the transmission. Before installing the slave cylinder, we recommend removing the clutch delay valve for optimal clutch performance and service life. Disconnect the hydraulic line after the delay valve and remove the slave cylinder. Cap the line to prevent complete fluid loss. At the end of the rubber hydraulic line is the clutch delay valve in the form of a connection fitting. Remove the retaining clip and then remove the delay valve as well as the bracket. Again, cap the line to prevent fluid loss. Remove the cap and quickly install the bracket over the line and then install the slave cylinder. Secure the connector with the retaining clip. Set the slave cylinder up in place on the transmission, making sure the bracket is in position. Tighten the hardware to 16 foot-pounds. Not shown in the video, bleed the clutch hydraulics, making sure to keep an eye on the fluid reservoir. Add fluid as needed. Install the tunnel heat shields. With a small amount of anti-seize on the flange studs and new gaskets, place the exhaust up into position. Install the flange hardware and tighten them to 33 foot-pounds. Install the exhaust bracket at the bottom of the transmission and tighten the hardware. Install all the exhaust brackets to the differential and body of the vehicle. Install the tunnel brace and tighten the hardware. Install the front underbody panel along with the underbody panel brackets. Reconnect the negative battery cable and tighten the hardware. Install the right trunk trim panel. For more information on our products or the parts featured in this video, please visit our website in the description below. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel.